Happy Monday morning, Manna people. Yes, Mondays can indeed be happy. And actually, that statement, that truth, if you will, kind of fits in with this week's Manna Focus. This week we finish our 4-week sermon series on happiness is, looking this week at happiness is not circumstantial. I'll be preaching from 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 22, and leading up to this coming Sunday, September 27th, we will look at scripture from the Old or the Hebrew Bible and the New Testament, and I want you to think about the word circumstantial. Many of us, I know this because from experience, many of us live in an if only state. If only my circumstance is blank, you fill in the blank, can I truly be happy? Or as soon as blank happens, or as soon as I get blank, I will finally be happy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Ask yourselves this week as we explore scripture on happiness not really being tied to circumstances. Ask yourself, is truly happiness dependent on circumstances? Or can happiness be known in all circumstances? Can Mondays truly be happy days? Today we are in the Torah, the law, the Pentateuch, one of the first 5 books of the Old Testament, or as we really should be saying, the Hebrew Bible. We will be reading from Deuteronomy 33:29. And no, George Howe, I do not have a son named Deuteronomy. My son's name is Obadiah. I am reading from the NRSV translation, Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy are you, O Israel, who is like you, a people saved by the Lord, the shield of your help, and the sword of your triumph. Your enemies shall come fawning over you, and you shall tread on their backs. So this is the very last verse, the very ending of a blessing from Moses, a blessing he speaks over the Israelites who have been wandering, as you know, in the wilderness, but now they stand on the very edge of the promised land. Finally, after 40 years of wandering in the desert as nomads with very little food and very little water and a lot of run-ins with troubling people, places, and circumstances, but now the Israelites will finally be happy because they have reached the promised land. Moses offers a blessing, reminding these people of God, of God's steadfast love, of God's presence through all their years of wandering. Because I think that Moses knows he's a smart kind of guy. God picked him to be a leader for a reason. And I think that Moses knows that there will be all the good, the bad, and the ugly times that they have already experienced, also awaiting them in the promised land. Really, the circumstance of the Israelites won't change that much when they cross that invisible divide, that invisible border into the land God has promised God's people for years and years and years and years. They, the Israelites, will be the same people, essentially, with the same God who has promised over and over and over to be with them no matter what. But to them, these Israelites, all of their circumstances are about to change. All is about to change, and they will finally have arrived at the pinnacle of life, the happiest of happy of life, when they cross over until they're to the promised land. All will be right. Aren't we kind of like the Israelites? We are always looking for happy, as if it is a destination to be secured and captured and arrived at, a promised land of sorts, as the Israelites were wandering to over the last 40 years. If only I reach blank, then I will finally be happy. I remember as a teenage girl wishing high school away and thinking, oh, when I get to college, finally I will be happy. And then in college, when I still met the good, bad, and ugly of life, I pined away for a job and all the adult responsibility. Nobody told me about all the bills and stuff you'd have to pay. But I pined as a college student. Oh, when I get my job and I'm on my own and I have my own house and my own car, then finally I will be happy. And it has been kind of like chasing some far off, happy college job, marriage, kids, and on and on and on. But really, when I look back, as Moses was looking back with the Israelites, there has been happy at every age and stage. Just as there has been hard and challenging stuff too, but there has always been happiness, joy. The promised land of happy is wherever God is. And Moses is preparing the Israelites to see God's presence in the past and right now in the present, and know that there will be happy with God in the future. God is steadfast, and through God we can know happy wherever we are and whatever we are going through. So don't wish today away. Receive the blessing of God's presence, God's love with you now, and allow God to help you to know happy whatever day brings your way. Yes, even on a Monday, there is happiness to be found. We'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday, where happiness also awaits us.